How's it going, everyone? Mikkel here with Mikkel Markets, and today I want to get into what is going on in the stock market, because if you are a retail investor, then you are probably wondering what the hell is going on with the stock market. Last couple days have been pretty brutal, but when you look at stuff like the NASDAQ, you barely even see a dip. So I'm going to go over first what's going on in the market, what are some retail high growth stocks, the stocks that I like to invest in doing, and then I'm going to get into what I think is the issue and what's going on in the market, because I think pretty soon there's going to be a very good opportunity to make a lot of money. So let's get right into it. I'm going to try to keep the videos nice and short so I can deliver a lot of information and help everyone out quickly. So first we'll look at the NASDAQ real quick, because I think it's one of the most important indices to track. And as we can see, the NASDAQ is up year to date 43%. If you only own indexes, you're probably watching this video and saying, wow, the market's doing great. But most people I know, and a lot of the retail community, probably portfolios look a lot more like this, which is the ARK ETF, which tailors a lot more towards growth and disruptive innovation. And if we go into some favorites, we'll just click through them real quick. You can look at Palantir, down 37% since its highs. Tesla, down 24% since its highs. tdoc, which has got slammed, down 52% since its highs. And I have Penn Gaming here, the company partnered with Barstool, down 51 since its highs. So these are all companies I personally own. I didn't buy them anywhere near their highs. I got in for most of them on the way up much earlier. Penn, I was actually lucky enough to get in all the way back here, and then I averaged down in March. So I'm still up a very decent amount in all of these positions, except Palantir. Palantir I started adding around here on this dip. But I see a lot of people right now kind of panicking and starting to sell out of a lot of these positions. In my opinion, all four of these companies I just presented are all very good companies, and companies that I'd be very comfortable adding to and making some of the bigger positions in my entire portfolio. Now, you might be wondering, why is the NASDAQ up so much, and you have companies in there doing so well, and then you have some of these growth stocks selling off, not doing anything? Well, in my opinion, it's pretty obvious. A lot of people are new to investing and think retail investors is what has been causing this most recent pullback. It's 100% the institutions. So when you have companies with $46 billion market caps like Palantir, the only way to move them is with big money, and big money is what's been preventing these stocks from moving anywhere and what's been pulling them down. What's currently going on, in my opinion, and this isn't a fact or anything, this is just what I think is a logical thing, is there's a lot of uncertainty going on because of a certain illness. And if we just quickly examine it, you can see that we're very close in new cases per day to where we were during the height of the illness last December. I think to a large degree, a lot of this has been ignored by the media, but I think a lot of Wall Street has kind of been picking up on what's been happening. I think the reason why the NASDAQ and all the other indices are so up is because there's been a massive flight to safety, which has all the money piling into the high growth tech companies that will probably, if anything, benefit from any kind of precautions due to the illness coming back. I don't want to say anything too close to the words that you guys are probably thinking, because I need to not get shadow banned while I'm still only getting 4 views a video. So what do I think, and why do I think there's a massive opportunity to make a lot of money in this market? Well, for those of you who don't know, I got into investing about 3 years ago, and one of my best positions to date has been in Tesla, where I got in about right here, September, October of 2019, and then bought more during the COVID-19, or I didn't want to say that, but during the pandemic, where it dropped close to 52%. And a very similar thing happened with Penn National Gaming, where it actually dropped 78%, and I was able to add a lot to my shares. A lot of people get freaked out when stuff like this happens because they see their portfolios going down and they don't know how to react. I can tell you right now, I don't want to see the market tank, but it gets me a little excited because I know this is where the real money is made. When these stocks, if they do, start dropping hard, Palantir, tdoc, Penn, I'm going to be bringing a lot more to you guys that I'd be buying. I think this is going to present a fantastic buying opportunity. Right now, in my opinion, Palantir is kind of in a no man's land. It's pretty much just flat. So I'm kind of sitting on my hands right now, waiting to see what happens. But I have a feeling that this right here is being slept on, and we could see some precautions that could really spook the market coming up. So at the moment, I am not buying anything. I'm saving cash, and I'm adding to cash. I'm not selling anything either. I like my positions a lot. I'm just stacking cash while I can and keeping it ready, because I think a lot of these high growth stocks are near their bottoms. They've already got hit very hard, but I think news coming out over the next couple months, 6 months, could really bring these growth stocks to a good bottom where there's going to be massive financial opportunity to be buying them, rather than when a lot of people were buying them at all-time highs back in February. For a lot of these companies, the four I presented to you guys, I already have about half positions in, except Tesla. Tesla's I'm pretty much done with. That one has grown so much I can't even really add to it to make much of a difference. But Palantir, I would be very excited if it got near the $15, $12 range, because I'd really start adding aggressively. And let me even add another one to this list for you guys, because this is another one I really want to fill out too, which is Airbnb. And this one too, I mean, this one could get absolutely whacked if restrictions came back on. But already, as it is, I've already added down here. I think I added around 134 and another time around 149. But if this was to come down below 100 to somewhere around a $50 or $50 billion market cap, I mean, I would be adding aggressively. And that's really what I want to see, because currently I also think this stock is kind of in no man's land. Until it breaks up or breaks down, I'm not really interested in adding anything else. What I just want to do is prepare people for what could happen going forward, so people don't panic. A lot of the times when stuff happens like this, a company, say Airbnb, if they bought it now, will drop down to say sub 100, say 80, just for a thought experiment. And they'll think it's a time to start selling or shorting or whatever. When meanwhile, at that point, Airbnb would be down. I mean, it's already down 32%, maybe down like 50 to 60%. That's when people get bearish and want to start selling and shorting. But really, that's the time when you want to start adding and building out a lot of these positions. Going forward, Airbnb, Palantir, tdoc, Penn, they might be some of those companies where if you look at, say, a stock like Amazon, So don't put stock at the end. Um, some companies like this don't dip often, and to be able to have big pullbacks to build positions in some of these larger high growth companies, I mean, these could be very, very solid positions when the chaos of 2020 and 2021 is over. I mean, could you think of, I mean, I think we're all going to be using Airbnb for at least the next 10, 15 years. And if you were looking back at Airbnb stock and you were thinking about the illness going around right now, this could be presenting one of the greatest opportunities, besides investing in private markets, which we won't get into, to buy the company, while a lot of people are probably scared to own it. So that's what I'm going to be watching for. Like I said, I will not be buying any stocks for at least the next couple weeks. I want to get some more data on this front and see what happens when we start breaking past all-time highs. I want to see how the US reacts. This is very speculative, what I'm about to say, but I have a very good feeling, because the government backstopped everything last time and was fully on board to essentially hand out helicopter money to prevent any businesses from going under. None of these businesses are going to go under. So I think what's going to happen is, I don't think the drop is going to be as dramatic. I think the market will probably get very freaked out. I think the government will start dropping a lot of money for these businesses, for people, and then I think due to just these businesses being safe, really just being put on delay, I think we're going to see a lot of these high growth companies plow right through this, and any dip that happens is really just a great buying opportunity. For me, I'm very happy with a lot of positions I have already, so I'm not going to go crazy and start buying now. I want to see some very big devaluations in a lot of these businesses, because in my opinion, this next panic would probably be the last big panic, other than something outside of what we're talking about happens. That's pretty much it for now. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I saw happening in the market right now. This is not the time I would be focusing on investing in large indexes like the NASDAQ that are already at all-time highs. I want to sit in my hands and pick out some of my favorite growth companies that I think have potential to blow up once all this short-term negativity and just overall uncertainty goes away. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I also think there's another great way to hedge this, which is in the crypto markets. I'm going to be putting out another video later about one of my favorite investments, which is XRP. So if you guys like this and you want to see more, comment down below. Tell me what you guys like to see, if you want to see general market videos, whatever. Until then, I'm just going to keep shooting out random videos and see what gets traction, all of it crypto and stock market related. But make sure you like this video, subscribe, tell me what you want to see, and there's going to be a lot more coming. So thanks everyone, I hope you have a great day, and peace out.